Hi everyone. That's not the screen I want to be on. It's this one. I'm just realizing that I didn't do a video on Friday. How is that possible? I've been the way we have to submit our paper versions of our assignments is incredibly nonsensically time consuming. So I need to cover 50 pages today. Hooray! Actually, I'd rather be doing that than all the other stuff I have to do. Um, not gonna lie. And I have a pretty pink candle that smells good. It's a cheap blade candle. Um, let's start on page 208 here with, can I move this a little bit? Yes. Um, short Ada chapter where where they find out that Nelson finds out that Leah and Ada are twins. Um, or Baza, as in the way Ada describes it, I brought forth a shameless pantomime of a mother giving birth to one baby, then, oh my, another. Um, this is page 210. And we find out what's going on with what the village believes about twins, what should happen with twins on page 211, which is that it's an unearned blessing. Um, you can't have two babies. That's too many. What are you, greedy? So you have to put one in the forest to be eaten, die of exposure. Um, oh, both babies. Any woman who has Baza should take the two babies to the forest after they are born and leave them there. She takes them fast right away. That is very, very, very necessary. Um, and Ada explains that that's not our tradition, that we keep babies if they're twins. And Ada explains, if on page 211, um, he said, "What happened to your village when your mother did not take you to the forest?" I considered the year of my birth and wrote, "We won the war." Then I proceeded to draw the outline of an exceptionally elegant giraffe. And then no floods, no epidemics. I wrote, all is well in the USA where mothers keep their baza every day. That's every day, 2 words, because Ada knows grammar and so does Barbara Kingsolver, but the PDF does not. PDFs suck. I'm mad at PDFs right now, is all I'm saying. Um, Ada is very thoughtful about Nelson's reaction to their being twins. Ruth May's chapter makes me kind of want to cry. Look how short it is. On page 215, just this that second paragraph. She's really, really sick. So's mother, and then it's like, sometimes I tell her, "Mommy, mommy." I just say that. Um, Father isn't listening, so I can say it. Her real name is Mother and Mrs. Price, but her secret name is Mommy, mommy. He went away on the airplane, and I said, "Mama, I hope he never comes back." That was at the end of book 2 when they went for the inauguration of Lumumba. Um, and Ruth May is sick enough to start hallucinating and not being able to tell the difference between what is real and what isn't. I hope none of you are at the moment, but if you have any funny stories about being sick at a previous time with something that you've recovered from and would like to share, we can all have a good laugh. Okay. And then there is Ada's chapter again. about to get a long Leah chapter. Talking about how now they're so poor, they're even poorer than the villagers because they have nothing and they have no way to come up with anything to sustain them. So the three daughters, because mother is sick, work together to come up with a plan of, okay, what do we have? Rachel says she'll do the baking. Leah says she'll do the hunting and gathering. And they agree to try to work together. Of course, they all three of them pull each other in different directions. Then Leah has her long chapter, and she tries to get Ruth May to get up. And Ruth May is very, very listless. And Leah tries to distract Ruth May with an ant lion, which is this lovely critter. The things you find out doing your research on things mentioned in Poisonwood Bible. It looks gross. Apparently, ant lions are another kind of insect, but they eat ants. Sometimes you see really disgusting ant videos, so they deserve it. And then, of course, there are fire ants, and they deserve to be eaten by ant lions. So, yes, Leah's trying to amuse her with an ant lion, and Ruth May just does not find it amusing. And then we have this discussion with Anatole, who gives them a rabbit. And Leah has now gotten to the point where she is trying to conform to the society, the Kilungan society's manners. When she says, "Oh, we couldn't eat all of this. Where is this?" Oh, here it is, page 227. Please come for dinner tonight, Anatole. With this rabbit, we'll have too much to eat. In fact, this lonely rabbit would make a small stew, and we would still be hungry. Sorry, I gotta call that back. I'm gonna call tomorrow. Sorry, it was a doctor. With this, we'll still be hungry while we wash the dishes afterward. A feeling we were trying to get used to, but that was how people said thank you in Kilunga. I'd learned a few manners at least. So this is, let me pause it. Okay, I paused it. I'm back. I can do this. We can all do this. So Anatole fills in Leah on what's been going on since independence, which is this secession of the Katanga province, which is a southern part of the Congo, and it's on page 229, or here on 59 of the PDF, where the diamond mines are, and Anatole diamonds, yes. Anatole said also cobalt and copper and zinc. Everything my country has that your country wants. So this is where he's kind of laying out the information about the Congo being a place of natural resources that Western corporations would like to mine and profit from. And Leah tries to explain what it's like. Oh, but before that, on the top of 232, this is why it takes me so long. I'm sorry. When at the bottom of 231 into 232, Father had said the slums outside Leopoldville would be set right by American aid after independence. Maybe I was foolish to believe him. There were shanties just as poor in Georgia on the edge of Atlanta where black and white divided, and that was smack in the middle of America. So this is sort of the second part of that last question I asked you for book two. Um, and then Leah tries to explain the Cold War when she's the communists would help the Congo. Um, I'm trying to go quickly. I'm sorry. And then there's another Ruth May chapter for her being sick. And at this point, Nelson teaches her this thing that's in his religion. He said this has been in the magic fire. You call it a Nkizi on page 239. Um, this matchbox with the lion picture and these magic burned bones inside. Um, and Nelson teaches her a little thing to believe about her religion. And Ruth May goes right along with it because she's little. And then going on, there's another Leah chapter about Rachel. This is kind of funny, where Rachel burns the eggs. And page 242, I don't know, I think it's probably the funniest part in the whole book, where it's, you built the fire up way too hot, I told her. Go to hell, Leah. You just go straight directly to hell. I'm just trying to help. And Rachel calls her a child progeny sister to tell me what to do. Prodigy, I corrected. And then that's when Mother wakes up and tells Rachel that she has to serve the burnt eggs because that's all they have. Hope nobody burned any eggs at their house. I've had my moments of burning toast, and even now. Um, and then then we have Rachel's chapter, and we'll wrap me up. And but it's a really eventful chapter because a very important person comes to visit named Brother Fowles, Nathan's predecessor. This is pretty stunning. This whole story is pretty stunning because finally, here is a character who is as knowledgeable about the Bible and Christian interpretation of the Bible um, as Nathan. And yet, Nathan gets along with him about as well as he gets along with anybody else. Brother Fowles has a completely kind of open-minded approach. We have this kind of understanding about him that because he is no longer a brother, he maybe was a monk, a Catholic monk, but since he fell in love and married, fell in love with and married an African woman, he is not really part of the church anymore. Especially if it was Catholic, and probably if it was anything because he married a black woman, and that's, I don't know what each individual Christian denomination viewed in terms of interracial marriage for missionaries at the 1960. So I'm not an expert. I don't know, but I do know that he's still sort of um, he says himself on page 254 that they get milk powder from the Methodist Mission and they get food and quinine from the American Baptist Foreign Mission Service. He says he's terribly interdenominational. So if he was Catholic, he's I guess not part of the Catholic Church anymore. Um, it's a it's a really kind of enlightening chapter, especially where Brother Fowles and Nathan discuss the Bible. And you see how different interpretations can do different things. And I am out of time, and I am sorry, and I love you guys, and I hope you're reading, and take care. Bye.